Hi guys, if you're new to my channel, my name's Tianna. If you guys are returning, it is so nice to see you guys again. You guys have really been enjoying my Veet hair removal cream video that I did like last year, and I still keep getting comments about it, which I'm grateful for. I'm not saying I'm not, but you guys seem to really like it. So I thought today I would come on here and tell you guys my opinions, review, demo of Veet versus, let's say this properly, Veet versus Nair hair removal cream. I've been testing these out now for, I'd want to say like a month and a half, 2 months. So I've been using Veet on one leg and underarm. Why do I keep saying the wrong thing? I've been using Nair on one leg and underarm and Veet on one leg and underarm, and I've been using it like consistently on like the same leg. This is the Nair hair remover cream. Legs, body, nourish, moisturizes to restore skin's youthful glow. It's got grapeseed oil. This one here is 224 grams. And then here, this one is the Veet hair removal cream, silk and fresh technology, dry skin, shea butter, and lily fragrance, 200 milliliters. They're basically about the same price. They're basically about the same amount in here. You basically use the same amount when you're going to apply them. So for both creams, what you're supposed to do is put a thick, even layer on your legs, let it sit. So the Nair one says to leave it on for 3 minutes, where the Veet one says to leave from 3 to 6 minutes. So here's what I found. What I found with the Veet is I have to leave it on for the 6 minutes for it to work properly. For the Nair, I do have to go over the time and use it for about 5 to 6 minutes. I kept both of these on for 5 to 6 minutes just to see. Okay, so the lighting in here is not the best, but I thought I'd do like a before so that you guys could see. This is about like, I'd want to say probably about 4 days without like shaving. So like here's a before. So when I mean I use a lot, I mean like here's the first kind of like squeeze. So I'll show you how far that goes. And the thing is, you don't want to rub it in too much. You want to make sure that you're leaving like a good thick layer, because if you rub it in, it's not going to work. So I definitely need more. So this is how much I put on my legs. So this one's the Veet and this one is the Nair. One thing I noticed for me with the Veet was I noticed it did not break me out, cause any rashes, cause any irritation, nothing like that. It was easy to put on, very easy to come off. It worked very, very well. You do need to use a thick layer of it, so don't think that it's going to be too much. Obviously not use the whole bottle, but the more product the better, because it's going to take everything off. With the Nair, I found if I kept it on for 3 minutes, it just wasn't long enough, so I had to use it for 6 minutes. The very first time that I used this, I noticed my legs got irritated. So what I did the next time was I really watched it. It was fine. Use it again, it was fine. Use it again, it was fine. So it was almost like the very first time that I used it, I had like a reaction, but after that, it was perfectly fine. I noticed with my skin, because it's sensitive, sometimes it does that, so it may not even be anything with the product. It could have just been my body itself. So the one thing I noticed with Nair is you do have to use a lot. Like I find you have to use a lot more Nair than you do the Veet. I find the Nair is a lot more strong, but all in all, after the 6 minutes, they basically work the same in my opinion. So I took the Nair off because it was starting to get to that time. So as you can tell, it's a lot smoother now. Alright, so again, lighting's not good, but they're pretty even. They don't smell like that typical Nair that you would used to use. When I was a kid, Nair used to smell so strong, and I would not want to use hair removal cream because of how strong it smelled. But they both don't smell strong, and I found they both left my legs very, very hydrated and looking good and feeling good, and there wasn't very much stubble after, which I liked. Sometimes with like shavers, electric shavers, even like wax strips, I find sometimes you have like stubble after, but I found with these you really didn't, as long as you left it on long enough and you used enough product. In my opinion, if I were to go to the store right now and pick one or the other, I would just get whatever's cheaper. The other thing that I find about these, in my opinion, is if you're tired of shaving your legs, I think these work very, very nice. The one thing that I like about these is that you're not having to cut yourself with the razor. You're not having to keep going out to buy different razors. I know a lot of the times I would have to switch out the blades, where these are just so easy. You pick them up, you put them on, you wait a couple minutes, you go. Now a lot of people say you don't have the time for it. Basically, put in a hair mask, put some eye masks on, wash your face from your makeup, you know, do things like that. The time goes by really, really quickly. So that's what I have to say about these. So some other comments that I've read was, are these better than shaving? In my opinion, I would take these over shaving. I've done them on my underarms. I actually had laser hair removal on my underarms, but I do notice every like 2 to 3 weeks I obviously do need to either shave or use a hair removal cream just to get the stubble away. So these do work very, very well on that. I think these make it look like you don't have to shave or use them as often just because of the stubble. So when I shave, I always feel like a stubble after, and then the next day I feel it more. Where these, because there is not as much or there is no stubble left over, the next day it's almost like, oh, it prolongs it, if that makes any sense. So for me, I feel like I can go that extra 1 or 2 days without having to shave. If I use a hair removal cream, then shaving. That's how I feel. So I would take these over shaving any day. One thing I want you guys to know is you do have to scrub the product off. That's going to help get the hair off. So once you put it on, make sure to scrub it off. Don't just let the shower water like take it off. Like take it off with a good face cloth. Make sure you're getting everything exfoliate if you want to. Make sure you're getting the product off, and make sure you're getting like that hair off. This way you're not stepping out of the shower being like, why didn't it work? Because you do need to make sure that you're taking it off for the hair to come off. So after you use the cream, make sure to wash your hands after, because you don't want to be getting that in your hair. You don't want to be getting that everywhere else. So make sure to wash your hands. So basically, these work for me. Obviously, with something like this, any type of waxing, any type of product, you're going to want to patch test it first. So if you get a product like one of these, make sure to patch test it. The best way to patch test it is to put a little bit on your leg, let it sit for the time it says on the back of these, okay? Don't go on there and put it on there for 6 minutes because they said it's the best to work at 6 minutes. No, make sure you're doing what it's good for your body. You may see that 6 minutes is not long enough. You may need to up it. You may need to decrease it. So make sure you find the right amount of time that's good for your body. If you notice you really break out, you have irritation, anything like that, then stop. I did not notice it was a big problem. I noticed maybe like, I think I counted about 6 or 7 little bumps on my leg. So it wasn't to the point where it was like, whoa, I need to stop. It was kind of just, okay, my skin reacted. We'll try it again the next time. And then it was okay. So it could have just been that one time use. Maybe I put too much. Maybe I irritated a cut from shaving. I'm not too sure, but I wanted to come on here and just mention that just in case. So a lot of you have questions about these. I really, really hope that this helped. Maybe this helped answer some of the questions that you guys had. If you have any more, you can leave them down in the comments. I would take these over shaving for sure. Obviously, I would do laser hair removal, but it's really expensive. So these are a really good alternative. You can do that at home. They really don't take that long. You can't really compare the two because to me, they both worked very, very well. They both worked similar. They both basically work the same. There's not one that I would pick over the other, just whatever's cheaper because they can get pricey. And yeah, that's about that. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure to leave me a comment down below. If you have any questions, you can ask me them in the comments down below. I'm not an expert at this. I'm just coming on here and updating you guys on these two, what I think about them, if I like them, because you guys really seem to be enjoying the one that I did from last year, which I'm really happy about. If you want to see more of these videos, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not. And I will see you guys in the next one.